So I'm just going to say this really quick before we get to the review of Annabelle Comes Home. If you do not know how to watch a horror film in the theater, if you are going to verbally react to every little thing that happens, if you're going to scream at the top of your lungs to every little jump scare that happens in the theater, don't go see horror films in the theater because you're just going to annoy and piss off the people who actually want to watch it as a movie and not have to deal with your overreactions and your nonsensical screaming at every little thing that happens because it's fucking annoying. Once again, watchers of good movies, my name is Nick Pell and this is my review of Annabelle Comes Home. Now this is the latest installment in the Conjuring franchise and the third film in the Annabelle trilogy now. Now this film primarily takes place in the home of Ed and Lorraine Warren. They have taken Annabelle home with them after, I believe, the first film's installment, an adventure where they basically took possession of her and they put her in their closet or room of evil and possessed and cursed artifacts. Their daughter's birthday is coming up. She's getting babysat by Madison Eisman's character, and one of their friends comes over, decides to poke around in the haunted evil room and lets Annabelle out, and things go very, very bad. One thing that I did like about this movie is the spirits, because aside from Annabelle, we do get to see a lot of different ghosts or spirits or whatever you want to call them in this movie. And I thought that a lot of the ones which were put on screen, like the ferryman or this bride, they all had a very effective scare to them, and I can easily see them getting their own films in the next 5 years or so. So I did like that they were able to be very creative with all the different things and objects which are in this room, and you kind of get to figure out how some of them work, and it just made for kind of an engaging experience in that sense because you never really knew exactly what was coming. The film also lays down a very effective atmosphere right off the bat as well, just especially once things start going off the rails, because you know that jump scares are coming, but it has this kind of background layer of noise to it, which just kind of heightens the tension, just enough to make you kind of on edge for most of the film. I also liked that the film actually decided to split up our three main characters, well, four technically, but our three main characters for at least a portion of the movie, have them all kind of experiencing their own supernatural phenomenon, and I thought that that was very effective in kind of just showing off these different creatures and these different spirits and things of that sort, and I just like that they split our characters up for at least a good portion of the movie. Unfortunately, the film is kind of weak when it comes to a plot line, because like I said, one of the girls that end up basically letting Annabelle out and chaos erupts inside the house as all these spirits and everything are being drawn to the doll, and so they're starting to wreak havoc among the house and these girls, and basically the main plot of the film is them kind of just dealing with a lot of these supernatural occurrences and then eventually having to find Annabelle and put her back in her case. And so there's not a lot that happens necessarily. It's just a large amount of time of setup, and then things happen, and then it's just kind of a 15-minute climax, more or less. There's also very little of Annabelle the doll in an Annabelle movie, which is kind of surprising. Like, she's kind of featured in the beginning and then a little bit at the end, and then there's large periods of time where we don't even really see her at all. It's focused more on these other supernatural entities, and it kind of made me like the film more as a result, because I've never really been a fan of Annabelle as just this creature in and of itself, because I just never really found it scary, to be honest with you. So I did like that she wasn't that much featured, but I think for people who enjoy the character, they're not going to really enjoy that aspect. And then, like I said, there are quite a bit of jump scares, and so those do get kind of old after a point, and me seeing enough horror films by now, I've kind of grown immune to them. There's one thing which kind of made me twitch a little bit, but that's about as far as it went. So guys, overall, Annabelle Comes Home, it's fine. I don't know. I've kind of started to grow kind of bored with the Conjuring franchise, to be honest. The Nun, La Llorona, and now Annabelle Comes Home. None of them really did a lot for me. The last good one that I can really remember enjoying was The Conjuring 2. So hopefully when the third one comes out, I'll enjoy that quite a bit more. But I don't know, these kind of supernaturally spirit movies just aren't really doing the job for me anymore, unfortunately. But that said, if you are a fan of the Conjuring franchise, if you are not growing bored of it, if you like the Annabelle character and the films, you'll probably enjoy this movie for what it is. It has enough scares, it has enough of the things that you've come to expect, and as long as you don't freak out every 10 seconds like my audience did, then you'll probably have a good time. So guys, those are my thoughts on Annabelle Comes Home. Let me know yours in the comments down below. Did you like it as much as I did? Did you hate it more than I did? Let me know. Let me know your favorite film in the Conjuring franchise as well. I'd be really curious to hear your thoughts. Like, favorite, comment, and subscribe once again if you so choose. I'd appreciate it immensely. And as always, my people, my name is Nick Pell. And once again, keep on watching.